Hello and welcome to some more Star Citizen updatey stuff, taking a look at CIG and F42, what their studios have been up to in the last week in the march towards 3.0 live, and with bug fixes and tasks for the PTU. We are still on wave 2 of PTU access. I do still, however, expect a possible push out for the PTU to everyone by Christmas. That's almost certainly what they are trying to go for. And in AtV, Eric and Davies said this week, we're getting close to live release. Now, obviously, that isn't actually a time frame, and they appear to be using the word close rather than the word soon now. But let's move on to the game updates. I do think it's a good indicator that we will be seeing 3.0 relatively soon in everyone's hands. With shopping, there aren't any major updates to give on the physical shops. They continued with bug fixing and general polish to optimise player experience. They spent the week continuing to fix any issues that have come in from the PTU testing in the run-up to the upcoming live release. While several bug fixes are in progress for the cargo system, this work is done for the most part now. The missions team continued to work on polishing the flow of various missions and how they work together with relevant NPCs. Daily playtests ensure that they have a list of bugs that they constantly work from to make the player experience as smooth as possible. There was a director's review on mission givers as well during the week, which provided some feedback they're now iterating on. They updated Ruto with some visual improvements and are trying to track down a bug where both Eckhart and Ruto's heads will snap back and forth between animations. With the ships and vehicles, bug fixing and polish continues on the ship conversion item 2.0 stuff. The new combat visor is in QA's hands and is undergoing rigorous testing. They are testing getting in and out of various vehicles, destroying vehicles, and multiplayer usage of vehicles, among other things, just to make sure that combat looks and feels great. There's been additional balance passes for ship health, armour and shields. 3.0 will see huge changes to ships' health, time to kill, armour and the way that shields are used, and the importance of QA testing at this point is massive. They're making tweaks based on feedback to make sure they're behaving as desired. With feature work on the star map to ship radar conversion completed, so now basically you can use the ship's star map in the ship, which is cool. You'd have to use the mobiGlass all the time. This has now been enabled in ships for 3.0, and they continue to polish persistence to ensure that it works exactly as initially specified. With traversal, so that's like quantum travel and moving around the verse, the team has been able to resolve most of the use cases of the Gravlev bikes banking too high when turning. This is now rarely occurring. Over the week, thanks to the investigation supported by several months of PTU, they found an issue with the IFCS oscillating, which could be having a knock-on effect on ESP, making it more difficult to dogfight. Now, this has plagued the PTU, where it's very hard to aim your ships and fire it at targets because the way the ship moves, the way that the aiming works, and it seems to have been just a little bit of a bug which was knocking people's aiming off, and the way that IFCS felt. They also focused on bug fixing this week, which included an issue where several ships were uncontrollable due to turbulence. Due to them focusing their efforts on some of that bug fixing and IFCS issues, this may delay their drag, making it into a 3.0 release. So we'll have to wait and see exactly how much work they get done with that to see whether it makes the cut. With the mobiGlass and apps for it, the PMA, the Personal Manager app, is going through some bug fixes and some minor polish tweaks related to the way information is presented to the player, such as highlighting ports. With that PMA work closing down now, they've started to put more focus into the layout of the VMA, the Vehicle Manager app, and how best to present the data required to the players. There are no significant changes this week on the star map, as the team continued to work on bug fixes as and when they arrive. With networking, stability and performance, the team worked on range-based update culling for servers. However, this is proving rather difficult and will likely need more coordinated work to get to the game side and get it working properly. Now, they've done tests in the PTU with it switched on without that much of a performance gain, it seemed, although there was kind of more of a stable frame rate with lots of people around you. That's the only way I can describe it. It should give us big gains across the board when that's in. I'm very much looking forward to it. Engineers also looked into memory issues reported by the community. After investigation, several issues have been identified, one of them being too many job fibers being created, which locally allocate stack space that amount to several hundred megabytes of memory. On the GPU side, they tuned render targets allocated for render to texture system, which significantly reduces memory footprint. More importantly, a severe issue with texture streaming was fixed, which brought in way too many textures unnecessarily, therefore clogging the pool, resulting in blurry textures and using more texture memory than necessary. They will continue to look into performance as we move forward into 3.0. A massive slew of bugs were fixed. I covered them in my PTU patch notes updates throughout the week, which I will link below. A couple of important ones though: cargo and mission boxes that are like pick-upables that you need to complete missions with are now a lot less buggy. You can pick them up and complete missions with them successfully in most cases now. In general as well, missions and mission givers have had a lot of their kinks ironed out, and you can now in the PTU actually do those mission and mission giver missions much easier. You don't have such a high requirement of missions completed before Ruto and Miles Eckhart will give you a mission. So lots more gameplay currently in the PTU. Beds and logging persistence continues to get more fixes as it's integrated into the PTU, but it still needs some love. It's been integrated, it's sort of semi-works sometimes, but it's very buggy. But anyway, it's the nature of PTU and 3.0 and Star Citizen and the alpha phase of the game. Every month we have a giveaway. For December, it's for an Orion mining vessel donated by our featured org Self-Made, an organisation looking at all types of gameplay with more of a lawful neutral stance, kind of slightly anti-pirate, and focuses on developing yourself as an individual in the verse and not being a dick to others. Links below if you're interested in joining them now, and they're also going to be very active for 3.0. All you need to do to be in for a chance of winning that Orion though is be subscribed to my YouTube channel and comment on any of my Star Citizen content during the month. Do you have any questions about Alpha 3.0, about Star Citizen development in general, about Squadron 42, which we're going to see on the 21st Thursday? That's next Thursday. I am very much looking forward to that Squadron 42 stuff. A special thank you to my Patreons who allow me to create the amount of content I do. If you're interested in becoming one of them, you can find the links to Patreon as well as everything else we've talked about down below. Please don't forget to like and subscribe, as it really does help me. I'll see you in the verse.